This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the topic of this year's Family Services Association of NEPA conference is suicide. We'll learn more about the conference and how this issue is affecting families in our area. Welcome everyone. Please get comfortable and open your minds for a ton of local information. I'm Ken Kara, and for better or worse, I'm your guide for the next half hour or so. Let's get to your headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. On Tuesday, we told you that a sign honoring a local Marine was stolen the day before Veterans Day. David Mahalik of Northleigh Court in Hazleton discovered this sign missing from his gate. The sign holds special meaning because he placed it there in May of 2014 after his son, also named David Mahalik, completed boot camp after joining the United States Marines. Since our story ran, the community has responded. Mahalik tells us that not one but two new signs are being made to replace the one that was stolen. Jeff Terse, who owns Atomic Vapors in Hazleton, contacted him and told him that he is having one made. Prior to that, a sign maker from Nanticoke also called and offered a sign. Mahalik wants our viewers to know that there are plenty of good people in the world. He hopes to join us here on FYI tomorrow. Well, since 1999, the number of suicides in Luzerne County has doubled. Earlier today, I sat down with a man who, along with his organization, is providing help for those who feel hopeless. This is Michael Zimmerman joining us. He's the CEO of Family Services Association of Northeast Pennsylvania. Michael, thank you for being here. Every year during National Family Week, you have a conference. Your conference this year will focus on suicide. We're going to get into that. But first, let's talk about your organization. What are you all about, and what do you do for Luzerne County?
Family Service Association has been in Luzerne County since 1895, so we're a very old organization. Through the years, we've kind of shifted focus from a food and shelter charity to more professional services, which is what we've been doing for about the last 65 or 70 years. We do a lot of case management programs for youth, either on the delinquency or the dependency side. We have a professional counseling program with a specialization in trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, a very specialized program specifically for kids who have experienced some kind of trauma. And our signature program is our Helpline 211 program. And that is an information referral service, and it's also an after-hours crisis access service. So people can actually just dial 211 as opposed to a 10-digit number to get the help and the resources that they need.
So in the past, let's talk about the conference now. You've focused on military families. You've done issues with lesbian, gay, and transgender families. This year, it's suicide. Why this topic? How did it come about?
We've been involved with the Suicide Prevention Committee for Luzerne and Wyoming counties for some time. And the numbers have just gone up over the years. If you look at the number of suicides just in Luzerne County in 1999, it was 25. In 2014, it was 53, and it's been pretty much a steady increase. There have been a couple years where it's tapered back down, but there's pretty much been a steady increase over the last 15 or 16 years. And for us at Family Service Association, we are often left with contact from the family members, the survivors, and of course they're trying to deal with this. They're trying to understand how this could happen, and we have provided direct counseling through some of our trauma programs, or we have referred to support groups. There's a suicide survivor support group in the area that is very effective, with other people who've experienced similar circumstances. So for us, we're dealing with the family. We sometimes deal with employers and employees who've had a coworker who's committed suicide, and it really impacts the people who are left.
Would you encourage people maybe who weren't impacted by this to maybe come to this conference? Because it seems you hear about it and people might get concerned maybe when it's too late. Would you encourage other people to come?
Absolutely. I mean, what we do is we have two foci, I guess is the correct phrase. One is for professional people. We offer continuing education credits for social workers and professional counselors. We also offer CLEs for attorneys and Act 48 credits for teachers. So we try to get some of the professions that would have direct contact with people who are either threatening suicide or with the survivors. But we also encourage the community to come because what you'll learn is the changes in not just treatment, but changes in resources and how suicide is viewed for both intervention and prevention. So I think it's important for not just for the professionals, but people from the community to attend this conference.
All right, well, Michael, we definitely appreciate your time. We had the information up on how you can get involved and if you need his organization. Going to be some interesting speakers at that event. If you can, please try to attend. Well, in other news, a congressman from our area would like to see the Hazleton Challenger Division included in the 2016 Little League World Series. At the local Little League's request, Congressman Lou Barletta sent a letter to Little League headquarters expressing his support for their selection. The Challenger Division is a special designation of Little League to enable boys and girls with physical and mental challenges to enjoy the game and the thrill of competition. Each year, 2 Challenger Division teams are selected to play an exhibition game at the Little League World Series in Williamsport. In his letter, Barletta says, quote, "I urge you to make 2016 a year these special children will never forget," unquote. Will Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi's proposed budget for 2016 be discussed at tonight's Hazleton City Council meeting? The mayor proposed the $9.8 million spending plan about 2 weeks ago. However, the new budget proposal was not on tonight's meeting agenda. Even so, Council President Jack Mundy says that will not prevent Council from discussing it. Mayor-elect Jeff Cassat also has the option of proposing his own budget when he takes office next year. Meanwhile, one seat on Council remains vacant. As we reported, Keith Bass resigned back in September. John Keegan, who lost his bid for a seat on Council by 14 votes last Tuesday, is circulating a petition to serve out the remainder of Bass' term, which expires at the end of this year. Mundy says at least 2 others are also circulating petitions. These could be sent to the Luzerne County President Judge for consideration. The City of Hazleton hosted a ceremony yesterday inside City Hall to honor veterans past and present. The guest speaker for the program was Army Chief Warrant Officer Jerry Stieber, a native of Hazleton. Local and state officials participated in the special program, including Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi, West Hazleton Mayor Frank Schmidt. Both are veterans themselves. The event, coordinated by Hazleton firefighter Tony Colombo, also featured representatives from the fire department, city council, and more. The program had to be moved indoors due to the inclement weather. Well, get ready because the man in red is making his way to our area this weekend. That's right, Santa Claus arrives on Saturday at the Laurel Mall, and we caught up with one of his helpers, Rocco Aruzzo, the business development and marketing manager at the Laurel Mall, for all the details.
Santa will be arriving with our friends from the Hazel Township Fire and Rescue. He will be arriving at the Laurel Mall on Saturday at 1 p.m., and that's November 14th.
Any other activities that day?
Yes, they will be led in by Fabergé Follies. We also have Tracy School of Dance will be performing at 3 o'clock. And DJ John from the Strand is also going to be here playing your favorite tunes that day for Christmas.
And be sure to stop by and see Santa in his new location in Center Court at the Laurel Mall. Again, he arrives this Saturday at 1 p.m. I was going to put in a quote from Elf, but you're going to hear that all of the month of December, so I hit the brakes on that one. Stay tuned to FYI because later we're going to catch up with Ashley Gregory, the local runner who won a national contest on Instagram. We'll talk with her about that, but also about an interesting program she's involved with in Bloomsburg. And right after this break, it's DHAP Thursday on FYI. There's a big meeting happening in downtown Hazleton next week about the City Arts Center. Find out more information next.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Planning stages are underway for the brand new City Arts Center in downtown Hazleton. Here to give us the latest on what is happening and how some people can provide input on this is Krista Schneider. She is the executive director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress. We are so excited about this building. I'm sure not as excited as you are probably, because you see what is being done. Tell us, I guess, last year you acquired that building from the county, the former Security Savings Bank building in downtown Hazleton. Now you've partnered with the Hazleton Art League. That will be the new City Arts Center. How are things going? You're already in the design phase.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're teaming with the Arts Center, who has interest in leasing the building from us, and then, having their programs, all their art education programs, special events, exhibits, etc., in that building, which we feel is really important to the downtown revitalization process, because art centers have traditionally, all throughout the country helped serve as that spark to help, bring people into town and be a catalyst for revitalization. So we're hopeful that this will serve the same purpose.
And I think it's great what you're doing next. On Wednesday, you're having a community arts workshop.
Right.
And you are looking for artists or art educators to actually give input on this.
That's right. The Art League has been running their programs for well over 65 years. They do, drawing and painting and stained glass and fused glass and ceramics and pottery and all these wonderful things. But there's an opportunity to now look at how this workshop can inform their programs in terms of what the community is looking for. What do they want to use how do they want the building to be used? How can it be more of a resource for the entire community, not just for local artists, but art educators, even educational partners that maybe don't have an art program right now but would like to. So we're very hopeful that, now that we're in this planning phase, we could get some good input from the community to make sure that everything that's done is done with an eye towards the future.
And for those who are interested in giving you some input on that, what do they have to do?
Well, they could contact me either at my office or via email, and come to our workshop on Wednesday of next week, Wednesday 18th, from 5 to 7 p.m. We're going to be meeting in the Above the Pines restaurant on the mezzanine level. There's a meeting room there. The architects are going to be there, and they're going to present some initial thoughts. And we just want to really encourage all local artists, all educators to think about how they would like to use this space and how they could maybe partner with the Art League in their efforts to bring their programs to the community.
I know things are just getting underway, but is there like a day, like a date that you're looking at maybe when this building would be open?
Well, we do have the Luzerne LSA grant that we received this year to put towards phase 1 renovations, and that's going to be bringing the building up to code. So, a new elevator, all the environmental work that needs to be done to make it, clean it up, and ADA accessible. And so hopefully that'll be enough to to allow the building to be occupied, and possibly as early as late next year, or probably more early 2017, it could be open to the public.
All right, well, we are so excited to see how that transforms, and I'm sure that will be a nice beacon bringing people into the Hazleton area. If you'd like to give input on what is going to be taking place in that building, please give Krista a call or email her to take part in that important community arts workshop Wednesday 5 to 7 at the Pines Eatery and Spirits in downtown Hazleton. Good luck, come back and keep us updated on what's transpiring.
I sure will. Thank you, Lisa.
All right.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Enough is enough with this rain and wind already. Who's with me? Not the National Weather Service, I'll tell you that much. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, 30% chance of showers, and that's mostly before 8 p.m. Mostly cloudy. Our low will be 41. Wind gusts between 16 to 18 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. 4-day outlook time on FYI. Friday will be partly sunny with a high near 45, but it will be windy once again with wind gusts as high as 33 miles per hour. On Friday night, there's a slight chance of rain showers mixing with snow after midnight. Mostly cloudy. Our low will be 32 degrees. Again, wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 41. Wind can get up to 29 miles per hour. And then on Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 31 degrees. Sunday is sunny with a high in the 50s. And then Sunday night, though, it's mostly clear and we're back down into the 30s. Monday will be sunny with a high near 54. And Monday night, partly cloudy with a low of 37 degrees. It's all about the Benjamins. Time for lottery numbers on FYI. Green screen, pick 2, 2, 3, pick 3, 1, 0, 3, pick 4, 1, 3, 5, 4, and pick 5, 5, 0, 4, 9, 4 is your midday winning lottery numbers. Right now it's Law Talk on FYI. When we come back, we have a lot of sports news, including some more honors for Penn State Hazleton athletes.
Hello and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about a very oftentimes tragic but very important subject involving motor vehicle accidents, and in particular victims of motor vehicle accidents who have been victimized by a drunk driver. And Alexis spent 7 years as a prosecutor in the Luzerne County DA's office. She's very familiar with that, and she can bring you all up to date on what needs to be done if that unfortunate event should happen to you or a family member.
As my father mentioned, I did work in the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office for some time. During my time there, I did, for 2 years, head up the Vehicular Homicide Division, and unfortunately in those cases, a lot of times the individuals who were victimized by drunk drivers. So I have a lot of experience on the criminal side as being an advocate for these individuals who were victimized by drunk drivers. Now, in civil practice, I'm able to be an advocate for victims who are involved in drunk driving accidents. And I'm very aware of the fact that not only are these people affected in their work life and their family life, their entire lives have changed from that moment forward. A lot of times there are significant injuries. They can be catastrophic, again, to the work life and to the family life. And I offer the availability to work with law enforcement officers who are doing investigations on behalf of people who were involved in these types of accidents. And it's important to respect the work that they're doing, that being because the investigations that they're conducting certainly can be beneficial to the civil portion of a claim. So if you're involved in a drunk driving accident, give us a call. I'd be happy to sit down with you and speak to you regarding the concerns that you might have, as I'm very aware of the effects that it will have on your life from that moment forward.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Yesterday on Dave Day, we talked about why we think holding the District 2 basketball championships at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township is a great idea. Right now, let's discuss the details. At a press conference on Wednesday, PIAA District 2 Chairman Frank Majikes announced a 3-year agreement between the arena and District 2. Majikes says, quote, "This state-of-the-art facility is sure to bring heightened attention and lifetime memories for all our student athletes, their families, and their friends," unquote. Mike Joseph, the head coach of the Hazleton Area Cougars, says having the championship games at the arena is an added incentive for teams and that playing there is on his team's radar. In 2016, the boys and girls championships will be played on Friday, February 26th and Saturday, February 27th. Currently, there are 4 classifications for schools in the PIAA for basketball. That number will jump to 6 next year, and that will mean more championship games and another day of competition at the Mohegan Sun Arena. Well, there's more high honors for soccer players at High Acres. The local Lions finished with an impressive 11-5 record this past season, and 3 members from that team were honored this past weekend. And an all-academic team, Ariel Zahadik, Jimmy Fincher, and Mike Principe, and then Kyle Venditti. He was named an All-American from the USCAA. He was honorable mention for that. Also on the all-academic team, Jacina Wright from the volleyball team. This next story starts and ends with chocolate milk, so enjoy. This is the video Ashley Gregory produced with her fiance and friends for a chocolate milk contest on Instagram. She ended up winning the Built with Chocolate Milk contest, and the grand prize was a trip to Las Vegas for the Rock and Roll Half Marathon. Gregory jumped into running in college, and she leaped over the usual 5K introduction and into the Valley Day 8-mile race in Cunningham. She hasn't looked back since then, and she's upped her game by participating in several half marathons.
What do you get out of running? How has it changed your life?
It teaches me to keep pushing and push past the wall, so keep challenging myself, and I take that into other aspects of my life, and I continuously try to be a better person and give back to the community, and I just get so much out of running that I want to give that love of running to others, and that's how I got involved in Girls on the Run.
Gregory is a teacher at W.W. Evans Elementary School in the Bloomsburg School District. Because of her love of running, the school's principal approached her about helping launch the Girls on the Run program in the district.
So when they register for the program, it ends in a culminating 5K, and the 5K takes place at Susquehanna University. And they have running buddies, which are oftentimes a family member, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever can run with them, or else we step in their place. And they get, with race registration, a t-shirt and some race swag that they throw in, stickers, magnets, things like that. And they have the opportunity, Girls on the Run partnered with ASICS this year to give girls discounted sneakers, so they have the opportunity, if they don't have access to the sneakers or running sneakers that they can order them at the discounted rate as well.
Gregory and the other instructors do more than just yell go and stop. During this session, they're teaching the girls about the importance of pace and healthy eating habits.
Every time that we come here, we see them get better and better at running. And not just running, we work on healthy lifestyles and healthy decisions that they can make and how they can have positive behavior and positive choices in life with friendship and healthy eating choices. So there's so much. It's not just running, it's all meshed into one giant ball, and it's just incredible to see their progress along the way.
For the record, when I asked one of the students what their favorite healthy food was after their lesson, they responded with chocolate milk.
That was not staged. I had no tie in that. In our activity today, when they said chocolate milk, I was like, oh, that's my favorite. So they don't know about the contest or anything, really? But I do drink chocolate milk a lot, so they do see me drinking it.
We will have so much more on the Girls on the Run program on an upcoming Out of Left Field episode, so get ready for that. I'm going to steal our Tom Novotny's chocolate milk out of the fridge while all of you watch the Social Report. See you soon. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Donna Durso. Love from your family. In our Talk of the Town report, the Butler Township Community Center will be holding a holiday craft fair on Saturday, November 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. There will be over 40 crafters and vendors with a huge variety of items and crafts for sale. Also be having a bake sale to support Drums Elementary. The Township Recreation Board is sponsoring the event, and the center is located at 415 West Butler Drive in Drums. And finally, Booty's Place, located at the Churchill Mall, now has their takeout window open. The best just got better with pizza, hoagies, strombolis, calzones, great Italian dinners, and much more. Visit them today or call ahead 570-455-5551. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Elizabeth Betty Krupolis of Ringtown. Mass was held Wednesday at St. Mary's Church. The Stauffer Bresnik Funeral Home assisted the family. Dorothy A. Pukas, formerly of Hazleton. Services will be held at the convenience of the family. Helen Richardson of Catawissa. Services will be held at the convenience of the family. The Allen R. Horn Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Charles Sammy Stewart, formerly of Hazleton. The Thomas J. Hughes Funeral Home assisted the family with the arrangements. And Mary Ellen Hutton of Cunningham. Memorial is Saturday at 10 a.m. in the Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Alyssa Geiger of Hazleton. Alyssa, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
I bet you Tom drank this much at lunch. We should have our Tom Novotny versus Ashley Gregory in a chocolate milk drinking contest and then a race. My money's on Ashley. You know, back in my day, we used to get chocolate milk once a week at lunch. I hear they have it every day now. Just complaining. That's it for today. Come back tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.